Hello. In the podcast, and I did say in the podcast that I'm gonna do a make dinner with me video. So I'm gonna make a vegetarian bolognese, and it doesn't involve any fake meat. It's just all fresh produce because it's hard to get the fake meat at the moment. So I'm gonna make something with lentils, but and I think it might be vegan, but we'll find out as we go if it's vegan or not. So what you're going to need to make this lentil bolognese is you're going to need one tin of tomatoes. This is just for 3 people, so we do 1 tin. You'll need a carrot. I'm using a pepper because I think it'd be nice. 1 white onion, but red will do, whatever. I'm using some fresh rosemary because we have fresh, which would be nice. And I've got 1 bag of these Merchant Gourmet tomatoey French blue and green lentils, which we do 1 sachet, and then that does 3 portions, and it's really delicious. And obviously it's cheaper to buy dry lentils, however these ones are all soaked up in yumminess and they don't take very long to cook because I just like things to be nice and quick. And also it's only like £1 something for 1 pack, and it does serve 3 people, so then when you divide how much it costs per portion, it's not too bad. So let's go. I think also we'll need some olive oil. So we have some fancy pants olive oil at the minute because it's hard to buy anything, so we had to just get this one, so that'll be delicious anyway. And last thing is you're going to need a stock cube. So any will do. I'm using Tesco vegetable stock cubes. Anything will do to a certain extent, obviously. I mean, like fish might be a bit weird. Okay, so just all you need to do is just chop up all these 3. So I just like finely chop these. So I'm going to peel a carrot. Oh, and garlic. You do need garlic, but I'm not sure if we have. Yeah, we still have some garlic paste that I want to use up before I start onto the fresh garlic. Because yeah, that would be nice. So I think we'll just use a bit. This will speed it up and make it nice and easy anyway. So some garlic paste. Otherwise, just grate with like one of these sort of things, the garlic. But we've got paste today, so just peel your carrot. And today, what I thought I'd do, because I know a lot of people do like get ready with me's, where they talk about something while they get ready, like doing their makeup and stuff. But no one gets ready anymore because we're not going anywhere. So I thought I'll do like a cook with me, and I'll tell you what I'm doing in cooking, but also talk about something. So I've got a Hungry Harry here. So this is in England we have Hungry Harry's where you can put your food waste and it gets taken away with your normal bins to like a giant compostable place, so you don't have to have your own compost, which is cool, so we don't really have space for that. Or maybe the patience is the bigger problem, but either way this is a good thing the government does. Okay, so chop up your carrot nice and fine. So what I was going to talk about while I do this was Glowups and how I think they're like really problematic, and I'm just not here for them because I always see pictures of, especially I think it's one of the Kardashians, I don't really know which one, I'm not, you know, a big fan, so I don't really know who they are, which one is which, but I think it's the young one. I always see pictures of her and it's like, look at this glow up, can't wait for mine, and all of this, and I always find it really problematic because it's always basically just being like, it's just like a normal looking person, she doesn't look weird before or anything, she's just a normal looking person, you know, and then it's like, I guess the suggestion is she looks so much better now, isn't that great, and like can't wait till I do that. And I just think it's really crappy because it's like in this era of body positivity, no matter what you kind of think of that as a phrase or if you even jive with that anymore, I think it's just a bit sad, you know, because it's like inherent in glow up is the suggestion that whatever you are right now or you were back then isn't worthy or good. And I just think that's really sad. And so I just don't really participate in that. And I think part of the reason I think it's sad and I think about it in that way is because I really used to want to glow up, even if I didn't have the term for it. I wanted what a glow up represents, so I always used to be really unhappy with how I looked. So when I was at school, the 6-week holidays would come around and I'd always be like, when I come back from school, I'm gonna look so great. I'm gonna have, like, because I had braces as well, so I was like, I'm gonna have perfect teeth, and I'm gonna have lost loads of weight and be really skinny, and I'm going to have, like, got no spots because I've had, like, acne on and off throughout life. So I was like, I'm gonna have no spots, I'm gonna be really skinny, and I'm gonna have perfect straight teeth, and all of this, you know. And obviously, like, that just means that you're unhappy with how you look in the moment, and also you never sort of, because you're unhappy and you're always blaming your body and stuff, you're no matter, even if you do lose weight or like your skin starts to clear up, it's never enough, and you're always like, you know, at what point will it be enough? So I think the point that I realised this was kind of a problem was when I've been ill from having colitis, which you will have seen in my colitis video if you've not, card. But like, I was really happy that I'd lost a lot of weight post colitis, and I remember trying to start working out pretty soon after getting home. Within a few weeks, once I started having energy back, I was like, I really want to keep the weight off now that I lost from being ill. And that just makes me really sad to think about now, because it's like, oh, you know, what happened is I got really ill, and then my first response to that was like, how do I stay skinny? Which is sad. And I mean, the thing is, I was on steroids as well, so obviously I was gonna, more than likely I was gonna put on weight, and the thing is, I needed to put on weight because I wasn't healthy. I'd lost a lot of weight, and I imagine a lot of muscle, because I basically didn't move for 2 weeks, and prior to that I'd already started struggling and that sort of thing. So, you know. And then what I do in this, like in a mug of this sort of size, is I break up the stock cube and I just flake it into the mug, and then I will just pour boiling water and stir it up, so you've got like a mug of stock. And once the vegetables have started to soften in the oil and they're starting to stick a little bit, I slowly add stock water over time to create a really nice tasty base that's really delicious. And then I add paste, tomato paste, and tin tomatoes, and then you just cook it for a bit longer, and then add the lentils. But I'll just show you as we go. A cute little tip for when you're doing softening your vegetables is add a bit of salt to them when they're sweating down, because it helps release some of the water, and that will help cook them down, but also stop it sticking because it's releasing the water in the veg. So there you go, a little tip for you. So you see how we've got all this lovely sort of juices coming from your mix. Now it's starting to sort of look good. Also, I added the garlic paste because I forgot to do it before, so I did that off camera. Don't be mad. And then I get my vegetable stock, and I'm going to pour some of that in there. So I've done about that much. You want to keep it on a bubble, you see. See that? It's bubbling. That's a good bubble. So just stir that up and then have another look in a bit. It's very beautiful and yellow because of the pepper we added. So yeah, this will create a really nice base. A base for a tasty lentil ragu. That, it pulls away, so you know you've dissolved a lot. So what I'm going to do, normally I would add wine, red wine, when I'm feeling fancy, but we don't have any red wine because things are hard to get, but we do have some balsamic vinegar, just for a bit of a different flavour, because you get a lot of sweetness from these things, so I'm putting a bit of that in. Not too much, just a bit, just to add a bit more depth. See, that smells exciting. And then I'm just going to cook that off a little bit in with all of that, because it takes on quite a lot of sweetness from the vegetables and cooking it down in the stock. So I think a little bit of vinegar would go nicely. But if you have wine, I think wine would be the better choice. But vinegar sometimes is a nice bit of flavour. So yeah, stir that up a bit. I'm going to turn the heat up a little, so I want it to kind of cook down. And I'm also going to add some tomato puree, because that's how you make it delicious. So I'm going to put you back here again, where you were before. Hello. So we get tomato puree. I put like a generous amount. I would say it's probably like a tablespoon of tomato puree, but I don't measure things out, I just do it. And that's the main thing with Bolognese, is it's meant to be what you think tastes good to you. It's kind of how I do a lot of my cooking at this point. Like, I just do what I think would be tasty. I don't measure things much, really. Just sort of bang it around. But yeah, probably around a tablespoon, I would suggest. And I would say, I'm going to add some pepper now, but I would say check the salt once it's more come together, because you've added stock and stock has salt in it, so you might not need to really add that much salt. And also I like to put parmesan on at the end, and that's salty. The cheese has a saltiness to it, so you might not need to add much more salt. I think this is actually entirely vegan, bar if you put parmesan on top. So if you don't put any parmesan on top, I think this is entirely vegan. So we've got all the nice tasty herbs in there. It looks delicious. I know some people would say you could just add a bit more stock and wine to that, and then that could be a Bolognese in itself, but I like tomato, so I'm going to, and maybe you'd add more tomato puree, but I like adding, whack that open. Put in your lentils, so see, they're like really good and full of tasty tomatoey goodness. So they often get stuck to the sides, so just make sure you get all of it. So that's in there, so you get this deliciousness. So good, so yummy, really good. Yeah. So that's ready to just mix everything together in at the end. So like whack it back on heat when you're ready.